I would like to thank Miss Errett and Miss Packer because they have been my coaches since freshman year and they brought me through a lot and they made me a better person.
I would like to thank Miss Taddy for always being there to talk and being there when I needed her.
I'd like to thank Miss Galt for being there since sophomore year and helping me through a lot.
I'd like to thank Mr. Younger for helping me out as a great teacher and as a great director.
I'd like to thank Mr. Bloom for being a great mentor and friend and teacher to me these past 4 years. Miss your class, Bloom.
I want to thank Mr. Marlish for making me a better person and an overall better student.
I'd like to thank Mr. Young for making me a better musician and for always being there for me.
I'd like to thank Miss Cam for always being there and always listening to my problems.
I'd like to thank Commander Humphreys for helping me learn how to be a better person.
I'd like to thank Mr. Beranger for a fun first half of this year.
I'd like to thank Mr. Riley for being an awesome teacher. I can always count on him to have cool conversations and have something different to do every day.
I'd like to thank Stanko for always making me laugh in class and never having a dull moment, always an open conversation.
I'd like to thank Miss Johnson for pushing me to do better than even I thought I could.
Mr. Manlove, he's a great teacher. I mean, all the projects he did were extremely fun. Go, Mr. Manlove.
I'd just like to thank Senior Chief for always being there for me with my problems since last year, and he's just been really good, and he's my mentor for the school, so.
I want to thank Mr. Lamb because last year he knew my family and he helped me adjust to coming to the school last year, so it was a good help for me.
I'd like to thank Ms. Huskell for mentally and physically making me stronger since freshman year and dealing with my cool freshman self. So thank you, Ms. Huskell.
I'd like to thank Mr. Galfredo for pushing me to do my best even though it's hard, and he really pushes me and gives me new opportunities, things that I wouldn't have been able to do, and I really appreciate it.
We all like Mr. McPherson because we won't have a quiz tomorrow.
We'd like to thank Mr. Blumenstein
For being an awesome teacher.
Thanks, Miss Hattie, for always encouraging me in art and for helping me build my creativity.
And I would like to thank Mr. Strauss for always being there for me when I need him and always making me laugh.
I'd like to thank Miss Hoffman for being there for me and helping me out with my classes and all the homework. I appreciate it.
I'd like to thank all the teachers that have helped me throughout the years. Go Knights!
Go Knights!
I would like to thank Mr. Marlies. I have not had him as a teacher, but he's my softball coach and he's made me a better player already from this season, so I just wanted to do a quick shout out for Marlies.
Miss Cam is one of my favorite teachers. She's helped me become who I am and be as strong as I am today.
I would like to thank Mr. Young and Mr. Younger for supporting me in all of my musical endeavors and for being such wonderful role models.
Shout out to Mr. Cardi. He's the best. I love him.
He's great.
The camera's off, right? Get out of here.
Thanks.
Go ahead, guys. Thanks.
I'd like to thank Senior Chief because he's always pushing people to do their best and, has helped me through a lot of my issues in high school. So, thanks, Senior.
Thank you, Ms. Boland.
You're lit, you're chill, and you help us a lot in English. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Miss McDonald, for being such a great coach and always being there when I need you.
Hi, Mr. Lamb. It's Erin. I love what you're doing in gym class, and I love you too. I can't wait to see you in the future. You're a very good teacher for all of us. We love you so much.
I'd like to thank Mr. Beckus for helping me with my math problems and letting me come in during access for extra help with certain problems that I can't touch base on by myself.
I want to thank Ms. Dunn for being the best teacher ever. She taught me a lot about books and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. I really like books, and Ms. Dunn's the best at that.
I want to thank Miss Jo for being the person I can talk to about anything. She's a real cool person and a nice role model.
Shout out to Mr. Scully for being such a great guy and a good coach and a great influence on me.
I would like to thank Mr. Young for bringing me into music and all the guidance he's provided me along the way. It's been really enriching, and I've loved every minute of it.
I like to appreciate Mr. Beranger because he's a really good teacher and he's really cool and friendly.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Bainger because he's good at his job and he's chill and I like it.
I like Mr. McPherson because he makes math fun.
I want to thank Ms. Bowen for always being like my best friend and helping me achieve my goals.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter, for believing in me when I didn't and being an awesome teacher.
Hi, I just want to thank Mr. Manlove for being a great teacher and helping us learn it in a special way.
I would like to thank Miss Kelsey for making my first English class of high school year great.
I like to give my appreciation to Mr. McDonald for being my English teacher and always have my side. Thank you, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman, for being the best teacher. You've always helped me throughout the years.
Thank you, Ms. Malvena, for teaching me math and learning something new. Thank you so much.
I don't really have a favorite teacher.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, we would like to thank Coach Eric
and Coach Packer
For being great coaches.
I'd like to thank Mr. Young and Mr. Younger for all they do for the music program at Sterling.
I'd like to thank Mr. Carpenter for always being there for me, helping me achieve my goals.
We'd like to thank Miss Gold.
Her Spanish class is always fun.
And she's funny.
I want to thank Mr. Brander for being a good mentor to me and showing me a lot of stuff my senior year and helping me become the man that I'm going to be someday. Amen.
I'd like to thank Mr. McPherson for being friendly and interactive in his classes.
Hi, I'd love to give my appreciation to Mr. Manlove for making me laugh during my days even though they were sometimes sad.
I would like to thank Mr. Younger for giving me the confidence to stride towards a higher goal in singing.
Shout out to Ms. Stroh for being an awesome coach and an awesome teacher.
I wanted to thank Mr. Blanco for getting me through science, and I wouldn't be able to graduate if it wasn't for you. And thank Ms. Dobbins for helping me with college.
I'd like to thank Mr. Scully for helping me out whenever I needed it the most.
I'd like to appreciate Ms. McDonald because she really helped me out this year with everything.
I would like to appreciate Mr. Gardner for motivating me, and he wrote my letter of recommendation, and he always kept snacks for me in his drawer. But he's such a good teacher, and I appreciate him.
We want to give a shout out to Miss Eric for being awesome lacrosse coach.
We love you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Baker for putting up with me and teaching me math and taking over Mr. Physics class.
My favorite teacher was Miss Hallahan because she has inspired me to create artwork that I have never thought possible.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Carpenter because he makes writing essays 10 times easier.
My favorite teacher is Miss Callahan because she makes learning science fun.
My favorite teacher is Coach Harris because he's got a pretty sweet beard.
I'd like to thank Mr. Young for bringing me to this high school and having me get used to who I was as a person. He helped me a lot with that.
Thank you, Mr. Kirstensley, for teaching me geometry.
I'd like to thank Mr. McElveen for making biology the best class I've had so far in any of my schools.
I'd like to thank Senior Chief and Commander for helping me out the last 3 years in arts team during our freshman year.
Shout out to my dad for not only being a great dad, but a great teacher. Psych, I like Mr. Farr better.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miss Al Macy, class of 2011, and I would like to thank Miss Talent for always believing in me and being an awesome individual all over. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Goffredo, class of 04. I loved my time at Sterling, but it wouldn't have been possible without a couple teachers. So with that in mind, I'd like to thank Miss Sharon Galt, Mr. Batinger, Miss Dobbins, Mr. Shepard, Mr. Gardner, Miss Callahan, and Mr. Greener for your time and your influence and your advice. I appreciate it. If I left anybody out, I'm sorry, but collectively I couldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Miss Bolam, Sterling High School class of 2003, and I'd like to thank Mr. Carpenter, who was not only an amazing teacher, but was and continues to be a mentor to this day. Thank you.
I'm Alexis Chicarelli from the class of 2006, and I want to thank Ms. Hunt for being an amazing teacher and being harder than a lot of my college professors.
Hi, I'm Mr. Gardner, class of 83. I wanted to thank Mr. Kasprak, former superintendent, for giving me a job here. It's been a fantastic 23-year ride. And I'd also like to thank my colleagues and especially Mr. Sheen for being a fantastic, compassionate, and visionary leader.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kelsey from the class of 2000. I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Gardner.
Hi, my name is Dana Brzezinski. I graduated here from Sterling High School in 2010. I would like to thank Ms. Camerata for being an awesome teacher throughout my school at Sterling High School. She influenced me in many ways and prepared me for college and was a great teacher. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Marley's from the Sterling class of 2000. I'd like to thank Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Gardner, two of my former history teachers who without them I wouldn't have developed a passion for teaching.
and for social studies. I want to thank them for everything they did for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Miss Boyle. I graduated in Home Sterling in 2005, and I'd like to thank Miss Gall for being an awesome swim coach.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Rella from the class of 2005. Just want to say hi to Miss Hunt, my favorite teacher that I've ever had still to this day.
Hi, I'm Art Ellis, class of 2006. I would like to thank Mr. Atteen, Mr. Cardi, and Mr. Lamb.
Hi, my name is Melissa Toscano from the class of 2000. I want to say thank you to Mr. Manlove and Mr. Carpenter for being great teachers. I enjoyed coming into your classes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ms. Hoffman, class of 2012 from Sterling, and I would like to give a shout out to Ms. Hunt for instilling in me a love of biology and helping me to realize my dream of becoming a biology teacher, just like her. She's been my mentor for the past 9 years, and I cannot thank her enough. Thank you, Ms. Hunt, you're the best.
From the class of 87, I'd like to thank some of my teachers, especially Mrs. Callahan and Miss Hugh School, for the impact that they made on my life in deciding to become a teacher.